Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today at 4. I'm Melanie Christopher. Corey Godbolt, the Lincoln County man who killed 8 people, is out of the hospital and behind bars. Officials took the 35-year-old to an undisclosed detention center. Godbolt had been at UMC since Sunday. He was being treated for a gunshot wound. Lincoln County authorities plan to charge him with 1 count of capital murder and 7 counts of first-degree murder. Now, this is not the first time Willie Corey Godbolt has had a run-in with the law. Past arrest records show Godbolt has a lengthy past with the Lincoln County Sheriff's Department, stemming back to 2003. Godbolt was arrested for disturbing the peace, fighting, and simple assault during that year. For almost 15 years, Godbolt has had run-ins with the Sheriff's Department, including aggravated assault and armed robbery. But Godbolt has experienced some tragedy as well. Brookhaven Police Chief Bobby Bell says Godbolt lost his dad, a Brookhaven police officer, in the late 90s.
I know that he and his wife was divorced or separated, and they had an incident where he was killed.
Bell says the wife shot Godbolt's dad with his service weapon. The last time Godbolt had an encounter with the Lincoln County deputies was in July of 2016. He was arrested for not showing up to court and domestic violence. Yesterday, we told you about the 15-year-old inside the Lincoln County home when Godbolt started shooting outside. Well, today we hear from another survivor who relives those scary moments. WJTV's Terrence Friday shares his story. Terrence?
Yeah, Melanie, we're live outside of the Copiah County Justice Complex where Godbolt is being held right now. One of those survivors that you mentioned that we spoke with today is thankful to be alive, but at the same time, he's dealing with the loss of so many people who were so close to him all at once. His name is Vincent Mitchell, and he lost his wife and also his stepdaughter in that shooting. He also lost other people who were close to him as well. As we've said, Godbolt's wife was able to escape that shooting, but he also, the man that we're talking about, lost his relatives in that shooting as well. Some of them were able to escape the house, as we said. They took cover, the grandchildren, he tells us, they took cover in a car that was nearby. We spoke with him about the incidents that happened leading up to this.
Just get out. If you're in an abusive relationship, if a man puts his hands on you, just get out. Because eventually somebody's going to get hurt. And this here, I've witnessed what could happen, the end of domestic violence.
And Mitchell says he had conversations with the victim about domestic violence leading up to this, but he never thought that something like this would happen. We have more coverage, and we'll hear from him more, and also more survivors tonight on WJTV 12 at 5 and 6. Live in Copiah County, Terrence Friday, WJTV 12.
Thank you, Terrence. Funeral arrangements have been set for the 8 victims, including a deputy killed in Lincoln County. The first funeral will be held this Thursday at 1 p.m. for Sheriff's Deputy William Durr at East Haven Baptist Church. He will be buried later that day at a cemetery in Mokes Creek Baptist Church. Visitation is tomorrow from 5 to 8 p.m., also at East Haven Baptist. Services for 17-year-old Jordan Blackwell and his 11-year-old cousin Austin Edwards will be held Saturday at Alexander Junior High School. The same location will host the funeral for Sheila and her husband, Farrell Barrage, on Sunday afternoon. Finally, Barbara Mitchell, her daughter Takara May, and sister Brenda May will be laid to rest Monday at the junior high school.